Hi, for those of you I don't know in real life, my name is Keith. I'm an old school original Marvel zombie from the 80s and early 90s. Cap's my favorite hero. Long story with that, but I just, like everyone else, I loved Endgame. I kept having the same conversation over and over again, so I thought, let me just put it in a video and so I can make sure I've got everything down. So this is spoiler packed. So if you have not seen the movie, go see the movie, then watch this. Russo brothers, Feige, Marcus, McFeely, you guys, it was spectacular. It was absolutely amazing. I love the beginning, keeping Hawkeye out of Infinity War and then bringing him to Endgame gives the audience this emotional point of view that just incredibly well done. I also love how we go straight to Thanos. Hey, this is going to be the end of the movie anyway. Hey, we beat Thanos, and oh gee, it didn't solve anything. That was absolutely great. Love the time travel. I hate time travel. I hate time travel. But I love how you guys did it and tried to explain things up front. There's just way too many questions with it, and I'll get to that later. Thank you so much to Natalie Portman. Thank you for coming back, and all the other cameos, Rene Russo, and just it was amazing. And the brilliance, I think, of this screenplay is there was a lot of ways Endgame could be good, but I love how they took Thor 2 and Iron Man 3, which tend to get kind of some flack, and make them integral to the entire canon by giving them the Thor Freya scenes from Thor 2, and then the nod to the teenager in Iron Man 3. Him all grown up. A brilliant job. Getting the stones, I loved the Hawkeye, Black Widow, so many good things in throughout that scene. Wonderfully done. Scarlett Johansson's line reading of "I didn't" when it came to her past, it was just, it added a poignancy immediately where I was like, uh-oh, something's going down here. And so, well done. Skipping ahead to the battle scene, some of this will be out of order, but just so well done. So great to see everybody. Only one I was missing was Sif, Jamie Alexander. I didn't realize it at the time, but looking back, I was like, I wish she would have been in there, but you got everybody else. So great job with that. I love Pepper Potts coming back as Armor, knowing how much she hates the fighting and the armor itself. It was just amazing to watch her fight with Iron Man. Great job. Loved Cap with his Avengers Assemble. Totally made sense. Was great. Loved seeing with Mjolnir. I have no problem with him not being able to lift Mjolnir in Avengers 2 because that would have been done for hubris and just for a little joke. In Endgame, he obviously is worthy, and it's for a worthy cause to pick up Mjolnir to save the day. So I forgive you for getting rid of Mjolnir in Thor Ragnarok because we got that amazing scene. So thank you for that. When it comes to the snap itself, I'm old school. I realize no one else might want this, but Iron Man is known as the Invincible Iron Man in comics. I would have loved if Robert Downey Jr. in this kind of moment of pomposity would call himself the Invincible Iron Man. I think that would have been brilliant. Which leads to the snap, which was great. The thing that, the one kind of just missed opportunity to me, was I loved how they worked so hard to keep the timeline, like the one timeline, no alternates. I would have loved if he would have snapped for the ashes to not only float up in the air, but for us to see the ashes of Thanos and the old Nebula kind of go into the time portals again. Because the one way to keep that alternate timeline is if Thanos is vaporized but sent back to the past before he finds out the hero's plan. The big gap is obviously if old Thanos is killed, then he's not there to collect the gems, do the snap, and all. And I know they just said just deal with it, but I don't think you have to. I think this is the ashes and the time portals would have given you kind of a little bit of an out on that. I also the other thing that I noticed as well is I had a little problem with how is Far From Home going to work, but I think that's going to be just Peter and his friends were all snaps, which is why they still get to be in high school together. And I hope that movie is like kind of the coda, kind of like says, okay, this is what you have to deal with when everyone's been gone for 5 years. The Cap is my favorite, and the problem I had with him going back is I just don't see him being quiet for 50 years. I just don't see him not doing that. I think you could have kept an integrity of one timeline if you just end with him going back and having a dance with Peggy, and then just kind of leave it there. And then and then leave like the handoff of the shield to the TV show that's about to happen. But I think, for the record, definitely Cap giving the shield to Sam. That's the play to me. I'm so glad that happened and didn't pass to Bucky. But overall, that's it. A little over 5 minutes. So thank you again for everyone who was involved. I loved the movie and the movies in general. So thank you for bringing those stories to life. For years I got flack because I said the best movies have already been made. They're just comic books, and you guys are proving me right, which has nothing to do with me and everything to do with you. So thank you very much. Make mine Marvel, and I love you 3000. Thanks.